Summarize what the difference between your bills?
Well, you want to take this?
Well, I mean, the end result, the aim, the goal is the same, and that is to allow individual citizens to be able to capture and use a certain amount of precipitation. My bill is just slightly different in that it says that if you are a water supplier, and water suppliers have a certain bundle of water rights that they already have. And so what it says is if you are a customer, in that water supplier's service area, that water supplier can say, okay, we're going to set, 10 water rights up on the shelf that we currently have. And then if any of our people in our service area come in and say, we want to collect rainwater, then essentially that water supplier can say, okay, we will allocate you, some of our existing water right so that you can collect the rainwater.
So, Senator, tell me how that would work for an individual customer in an urban area like Salt Lake.
Right.
And if I want to collect rainwater on my property, what do I have to do? Is there additional cost?
Right. What the bill establishes is it simply authorizes the public water supplier, and in the example you use, it would be Salt Lake City. And what I worked with the head of public utilities for Salt Lake City, and basically what they would do, what they've told me they will do under the bill is that they will set up an application process. And the application process will take certain information and say, here's where I live, here's what I want to use the water for, here's how much, like I'm going to do a cistern, here's how big it's going to be, and that kind of thing. They would probably require that there is no cross connection back to the municipal water supply because they're concerned about water that hasn't been gone through, the fluoridation or cleaning or whatever being kind of pushed back into the existing water supply. The details in that is left to the water supplier to create a system. It doesn't require them to. If I'm a water supplier and I'm just not interested in doing that, then I suppose you could say we're not going to transfer any of our shares for this purpose. So that's possible. But at the same time, Salt Lake City said, we'd be happy to provide this kind of a possibility. But this is the framework that we would like to see it done in, and that's the reason why my bill is complicated.
Who is a water supplier? We just looked up in the code, and every one of the instances that I quoted on the floor, every one of those guys are in fact water suppliers. So the way I looked at it, I tried to bring it as simply as I could, and I says, okay, my gutters run down my house and go out on my lawn. I want to take those same gutters and run them into a tank. And then when I want to get a pump in there and pump it out on my lawn to water. So the water ends up going to the same places. All I'm going to do is store it until I decide to use it. And so I want to get away from the legal envelope and simply say, you have the right to store 2,500 gallons. And it's that simple. So that's why I did what I did. It's just simplicity. And so, there's two approaches to the same thing.
In the end, we're in complete agreement on what we want the end result to be.